Good morning. How are we all? I hope you're doing well. So, it's Monday and it's the 17th of January. But don't worry, if you're watching this as a replay on my YouTube channel, or if you just wander onto my page, stumble across this video and you're watching it, doesn't matter if it's the 17th of January, doesn't matter if it's the 18th of November, all of the messages may resonate with you, or there may be a message in here somewhere for you because you just found this video at this particular time. So don't get too hung up on timings. And we've got a special day today because it is the full moon in Cancer. So where are my little Cancerians? Anybody got a birthday in Cancer season? In end of June, sort of up to around the 21st of July. I'd love to hear from you. Happy birthday to, happy full moon day to my little Cancerians. What am I saying? You know what? It's that time of year again. My loves, it's Mercury is retrograde, so I'm gonna say the wrong thing. But who cares? Who cares? Because I just got 100 stars from Laurie Fantasia. Yay! Thank you so much. Lots to celebrate this week. Lots of things coming to fullness in my life. And I'm going to drop a link into the comments. Before I say hello to anybody, please bear with me. I am going to say hello to you all. I'm just dropping the link to the book club in my online shop. So the book club is so close to launching, my loves. It's like the rocket is on the grid. What's it called? The launch pad. That's it. I told you I can't remember my words this morning. Bear with me, my loves, bear with me. And this beautiful deck is going to be part of what you get with your book pack. So you've got two different options. You can save a whole load of money and get some extra free gifts and subscribe to the whole year. So you just pay for the whole year up front and you get 4 books throughout the year with the card deck or the journal that accompanies them. And you get some fabulous free gifts, which I'll be telling you about later this week because I'll be showing you the book in the flesh. Oh yes, it's so exciting. So I've just dropped the comment in there. If you want to get on board, if you want to just dip your toe in the water and buy the book and the beautiful deck of angels and chakras cards, then you can do that as well. You don't have to sign up for everything, and it's not a repeat prescription subscription. Oh my goodness, I better get on with the messages because I'm just can't say the right thing, can I? It's not a repeat subscription, it's just a one-off. You're just paying for one book and one card set, and then you choose in the future whether you want any more. Right, now I've got 22 of you. 22 has been such an important number in my life. Last week, I can't tell you, it's just popping up everywhere. And you know, when we see repeating numbers, it's a message from the angels. And I've written all about that in my book as well. So I've written so many amazing, important things that we need to read about in my book. So if you've ordered it, thank you. You're going to love it. I know you're going to love it. And if you haven't ordered it, why not? Get in there. Get on board. As you can see, we've got an interactive reading this morning. I'll talk about that later, but have a little peruse at these numbers. I thought, seeing as there was a numbers theme going on in my life, I would use some numbered boxes this morning, courtesy of my daughter and her. I think it's Glossy Box advent calendar, which had these great little boxes inside. So I thought, I'm going to use them for my live. All right, so let's go back to the very beginning. And Janine Smelt was the first one in. Hello, Janine. Lots of love to you. Good morning. Julie Hans is watching. Hello, Julie. Julie always posts lots of little emojis of rainbows. I love that. That's your thing. It's your signature, isn't it, Julie? Julie Evermy is watching. Hello, Julie. What's your signature? What's your signature emoji? I'd love to see it. Post your signature emoji, the one that you always send in a text message or the people would know you for. I want to see it. I'm going to post mine. I'm going to put mine. This is my favourite one at the moment. The stars in your eyes emoji. I loved it when they brought that out because it's just so me. I'm always like, seeing something I love. Good morning, Gemma Crow. How are you, my love? I missed I only sort of dipped into the end of your little morning motivational thing on a Monday, so I'll have to go back and read the quote and find out what the quote of the week was. I'm excited to find out. Good morning again to Laurie Fantasia. I can never say good morning too often. Glynis Southall, good morning to you, and Leslie and Townley, good morning, ladies. Hello, Hazel Kings. I hope you're having sunshine in Scotland because it's beautiful blue skies here. Can't wait to go for my really cold early morning walk. It's not that early morning, but you know, it is for me. I'm going to go for a 4-mile walk after I've done this. Good evening to Nicole South. And you've got Cancer rising. Oh yes, if you've got your moon or your rising sign in Cancer, then happy full moon to you. Jane McGuinness is watching. Good morning, Jane. And Fiona Colleen's here. Hello, Fiona. You're a Pisces, Julie. Ah, okay. So we've got Pisces season coming up very soon. Sue Stain is watching. Good morning. You haven't had time to do your card reading yet. Julie's in my angel card reading group. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll get around to it because you are a very conscientious lady. Good evening to Danielle Bowen. I didn't get my glass of water before I got started. Vicky Robinson, good morning. Let's see, Cindy O'Shea. Oh, I'm happy that you could be live too. Joy Cook's here. Hello, Joy. How are you? Laurie's saying better than those 5s. 22 is better than the 5s. Yeah, definitely. Repeating 5s. And Marianne Siegel is here. Helen Quinn and Tina Cox-Jones. You've been seeing lots of 2s all over the place as well, Julie. Yeah, interesting. Oh, Cindy O'Shea. Well, of course, your emoji would be a shamrock. That's perfect. Nicole's is crying, laughing till you cry. Julie Johnson is like the cute one. Kisses on your face. Helen Quinn is a purple heart. Sharon is I love the praying hands emoji and the hearts in the eyes. That's fabulous. And Hazel, yes, yours is the little blue butterfly. I know you for that. Good morning, Debbie Tetro. Good morning, Aisling. Fiona White, good morning. Lots of Pisces in the house this morning. We don't have any Cancerians yet. Andrea, thank you so much for the scars. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do with me this morning? My mouth, I just can't catch up with my brain. Thank you for the stars, not the scars. Andrea Buck's giving, oh my goodness. Keep sending the emojis through. I'm loving it. What's your signature emoji? I want to see it. Even if I don't get to see it while I'm doing the live reading, I will definitely come back and have a look at all of those because our emoji's just so cute. They just then express so many things. Just one emoji can say so many things, can't it? You've got to be careful with your fingers when you're typing because sometimes I put the wrong emoji and that gets you into all kinds of trouble, doesn't it? Especially in Mercury retrograde, funnily enough. So we're going to have 3 cards this morning because we've got a full moon in Cancer. And because I keep tripping over my words and because my brain is going at lightning speed and my mouth is not catching up with it. Sharon Barker, we have a Cancerian lady in the house. So happy full moon to you because this is your moon. Now, is anybody feeling emotional? Is anyone feeling like, oh, I'm just feeling all the feels, drowning in my emotions, you know, either good or bad? Well, there's no such thing as bad emotions because emotions are important, aren't they? Really important to be emotional. Caroline Horner, good morning from Holland. You're also a Piscean. I think that for the sake of the good of all, I should not speak too much because what is in my brain is not being translated as what's coming out of my mouth this morning. But Claudia, you've been very emotional. Oh, it's awful when it's kind of when you're in the middle of it, but it's very good to release it, isn't it? So just go with those emotions, my love. And then because we can now, I'm going to be using my Angels and Chakras deck. Woohoo! Fresh out of the box. This is one of the brand new boxes. Oh, they're so beautiful. So, oh, Laurie, your favourite uncle passed and you were doing your photo boards yesterday. Oh my goodness. So sorry to hear that, my love. Let's have a message from the angels. Don't they, those colours go so well together. You've got the Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty deck with the yellow backs on them. Then the this deck just goes so perfectly with the colours with that. And with the Angel Tarot as well. Oh my goodness, Julie, I hope your daughter gets a negative test today. She's been stuck in a bedroom all week with COVID. Oh, I hope so, my love. It's rotten, isn't it? And anybody else suffering from COVID or the effects of it, my heart goes out to you. Good morning, Maria Reynolds, Christina Kelly, and Julie Hindmarsh. Fiona's saying I keep cutting out. Do I keep cutting out for anybody else? Angela Davis, good morning. Okay. Denise Anderson, good morning, darling. Right, shall we get on with the messages? So, today, this card represents the Cancer full moon. How do our angels want to interpret what is going on for us in terms of that full moon magic, what is coming to fullness for us as a collective? Well, looky here, we've got the King of Air. Now, this is really a really great card because I've been pondering on the meaning of the King of Air and doing lots of research for 2 groups that I'm running at the moment, and we're learning all about tarot and the meanings behind the symbolism within them and the people. So, the King of Air is somebody who he speaks up for himself, and when we look at the people cards in tarot, we've got the pages, we've got the knights, we've got the queens, and then we have the kings. So it's almost like a maturing, the maturation cycle goes on within the people cards. And here is our maturity in terms of our wisdom. So if you think back to, say, the Page of Air, he's very rash, he's not experienced in life, so he just speaks and lashes out and says what's on his mind without thinking of the consequences. So we can be on the receiving end of that, or we could be doing that. But when we get into King of Air territory, that is in where we've grown into our wisdom, we've matured, and we're able to take those thoughts, those feelings, and we're able to craft them into something that has this wisdom, this air of wisdom about it. So yes, you may be feeling all the feels, you might be feeling emotional. You might be in a place in your life where it's supposed to be Blue Monday today, isn't it? You know, where they say that we get a little bit down, you know, because the festivities are well and truly over and we're in the midst of the depths of January. But the King of Air energy is here to separate us from our ego-based thoughts and fears around that, and to help us to stand back and look at our life objectively, to have that impartiality, to do our own research. You see, there's lots of unicorns surrounding him, and he's chosen one unicorn to ride upon because that is based on his the overall picture. It's like, do your own research, come up with your own conclusions, and stand within that wisdom, the power of that wisdom, and then speak your truth. It's that power to be authentic without upsetting too many people in the process. It could also be that somebody who has this kind of energy, that air of really strongly knowing themselves and speaking words of truth and wisdom, could be very inspiring to you today or this week generally. So I would definitely listen to those podcasts, get those books out of those gurus that you follow and that you're interested in, find some new people to follow on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, and start to develop your own opinions, to develop your own authenticity, your own truth, your own voice, based on all of the research that you do. It's like taking the higher ground, isn't it? So I love that. Okay, so Hazel, your star sign is Cancer, and you are having this full moon. This is your full moon, if anybody's a Cancerian. Sharon's definitely needing to be diplomatic and truthful at the moment. Diplomacy and truth. Really interesting cocktail, isn't it? Trying to mix those two things together. Barb Swan and Eileen O'Shaughnessy and Ali Martin are here, as is Jane Keeks and Sue Horan and Debbie Carver. Lyle White's watching. Hello, Lyle. I've not seen you for ages. Sonia's moving house. Oh, good luck with that. My goodness. Okay. Let us continue then. So this represents the energies up to the middle of the week, to around Wednesday, Thursday. Debbie's saying, what's a star sign? Your zodiac sign, my darling. The day you were born is your zodiac sign, your star sign. And oh my goodness, look, we've got the Queen of Air. Now, isn't that interesting? So whenever we get to people who are connected in terms of their elemental energy, it's a really interesting, almost continuum. It's a story, isn't it? So we were talking about the full moon energy being about maturing in our truth, in our authentic voice, in our soul calling, in being honest, but without hurting people's feelings. I always feel like the Queen of Air is very much about imagination and creating the future that we want. So it's like the full moon brings to fullness something involving clarity. Ask for what you want, but you've got to know what that is first before you can ask for it, right? So you might have to backtrack because we're in Mercury retrograde season at the moment. And Mercury retrograde is all about reflection. It's about doing over. Mercury goes slow and then appears to go backwards in the sky because it's going so fast. It has to have these periods of slowness in order to allow us to rethink things and to get our bearings. And I feel as though, so the story this is telling is the full moon's telling us to get that clarity, have that very clear sense of integrity. What are you all about? What do you represent? What's your why? And then within that why, that authority, that integrity, this is where you start to think about, what am I creating from that place of wisdom? So we go back a little, we take a backward step and we go, I'm stepping into this phase of calmness and I'm going to think about the bigger picture. I'm going to think about crafting the life that I want to have for the rest of 2022. I can't go too fast with it, because I need to think it over. I need to think about what is it that I want. And this has been a very strong message that I've been getting quite a lot for myself with the cards that I've been drawing for me. And it seems to be a message for the collective as well. And Gemma's saying, this is interesting. You've been having dreams about your vision being obscured. You know it's telling you something. Yes, you know, that is very much about like, you can't get what you want if you don't know what you want. And sometimes we think we're clear on things. We think we know what we want, don't we? And then Mercury retrograde, lunar phases, eclipses come in to help us to re-establish the boundaries, to re-establish what do we love, what do we want on an earthly level, but what does our soul want as well? And it's about mixing all of that, mingling it all together so we get this happy medium. So we're in creation phase in the middle of the week. And then as we get towards the end of the week, this is where we can start to get on with things because we're clear on what we want. We've got that clarity, we've got that vision, we've got, you know, we've stood within that place. We've almost kind of projected ourselves forward in time and gone, okay, this is how I'll feel if I get my wish. Do I like that feeling? Is it all that? Do I really want this? Careful what you wish for. Remember that saying, because it's so true. Because once you've made those wishes, once you've said, okay, I'm committing these to my to-do list, to my wish list, this is where the work begins. So the nights are a very active energy. I love how we've had this sequence. This is so Mercury retrograde. We start with that powerful place, then we take a step back and we go, I'm going to realign myself with what I really want. I'm going to get crystal clear on that. I'm going to detach myself. And then I'm going to act, but I'm going to act slowly because, you know, it's like when people go on crash diets. Have you ever done a crash diet? I know I have. And they are fantastic for if you want to go on holiday, you're going to an event, you want to squeeze into a certain item of clothing. But because you lost the weight so quickly, you've probably done things that are unsustainable. And so when you do that, normal life kicks in and you can slide back into bad habits. The Knight of Earth is here to say, I am establishing new habits. I'm going to do something on a daily basis, and it's only going to be a 5-minute thing because that's doable. And if I keep on doing that, then by the time we get to 3 months in, it becomes so ingrained in my daily processes and my daily habits that it becomes something that I want to do, that I almost am craving. But that's because I took it slowly. That's because I took bite-sized chunks of it, and I didn't go nuts with, trying to overwhelm myself. So he's slow and steady wins the race. This is a marathon, not a sprint, this 2022. So is collecting your dreams. So is achieving the vision that you've got. So I love these messages this morning. They really resonate with me. Let me know how they resonate with you. In fact, it was on the emoji theme. Pick an emoji, share it in the comments to show how you're feeling about this reading this morning. Okay, I've just noticed that Laurie said, I'm really glad there's no additional water. Me too, because I'm being somebody who doesn't have a lot of water in my birth chart. It's not a comfortable place for me, the watery side of things. Lisa Hopper's watching. Good morning, Lisa. And Rita. And Jackie Bradshaw. Oh, you're saying, sorry you're late. You can always pick up on anything you've missed later on as a replay. Okay, so let's have a look and see what the Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty message is for the week. Oh, look at this. See, another number 2 there. I'm getting all these 2s. Fall in love. So I don't see this as necessarily being about romantic love, although it could be because we've got the King and Queen of Air and they are divine counterparts, right? So it could be that you do connect with somebody romantically this week. That's for some of us. But it's also about you dancing with the divine. It's about you having that partnership, and the 2s are all about balance. They're about that yin and yang energy. Nothing is harmonious and balanced without it. So we do need the dark and the light. We need to have, Gemma talks about that in your book, don't you, Gemma? About I can't remember what's the exact phrase or definition that you use for it, but it adds interest and depth to a piece of jewellery or a piece of artwork where you have to have the shade. You have to have the things that define the light things, otherwise it's all just kind of very, very flat. So this is, about you really talking to the universe, talking to your angels this week and saying, this is what I love. And I can't do what I love unless I can actually be very clear about what that is. And if I don't indulge myself in thinking about what I love and trying it on and seeing if it fits, then I can't put anything into action. And that's usually why we get stuck and stilted and we don't follow through on our resolutions, because those resolutions are often things that we've picked up along the way because they sound good and other people want them for us, but they're not ours. And this is about you being truthful with yourself and going, what do I want? And the universe is going to dance with you and help you to make this beautiful choreography. Isn't that lovely? Oh, that's so nice. Thank you for the emojis. I'm loving them. I'm really going to take a look later on and see what you've all been sharing. And thank you so much for the stars, Gemma. You're so kind. Somebody else has sent me some stars as well. I need to go back and have a look. So what is our message from my little deck of angels and chakras? Oh yes, right. So we've got our guardian angel stepping in here. We're working with a higher power this week. There's a lovely quote from my little book of love and light here. Leave the city of your comfort to go to the wilderness of your intuition. Do what you know is right, not easiest. Boom. That's summing everything up perfectly, isn't it? That's when you know you're using your intuition, because it's not easy, but you know it's right. It's not the easiest path, but it's the right path. It's the slow and steady, incremental, little inch by inch gets me a whole lot further than wham bam and, hit it and quit it. Is that what you say in Australia? I love that. I've picked that phrase up from watching Married at First Sight Australia. Love it. So think of something that has been troubling you. What is your intuition telling you to do? What is it telling you to do? Who are you being? What's going on? Okay. Go to your higher power. You've got this. All right. Those messages. Oh, I'm glad that the messages are so apt today. I'm just going to scroll back and see who sent me those stars. Claudia, thank you so much for the stars. I'm so grateful to you. Okay, so let's pop these out of the way, these beautiful messages, and have a look at our boxes. Now, inside these boxes, we've got some stuff. So I've put some little bits and pieces inside here and to share with you. So which one is yours? What are you thinking? So we've got number 19. That one has like a lovely marble effect. So no advertising for Glossybox. I do not have any kind of connection with them. My daughter just happens to be a big fan of their advent calendar. And there's number 23, Float in Your Boat. Can you hear something inside there? So it's got that lovely circle with the gold 23. Oh, we've got number 17. So number 17 there with that gorgeous kind of nude colour palette. So all of them have got that beautiful buttery nude tones. So who chose number 19? Let's have a look. I'm going to go with this one, I think, as I'm liking that lovely marbling, that paint pouring effect. So if you chose number 19, we're going to start with the 19 as a number, and we're going to reduce it down to one digit. So when we add 1 and 9 together, we get 10. When we add 1 and 0, we get 1. So new beginnings. So something's come to a conclusion in your life, and you're heading towards a bright new beginning. You are going to have to let something go. And you know how we can often cling on to things, even if we don't like them, even if they're causing us some kind of pain. We're like, I'm kind of into this. It's like a sublime pain. And imagine if we never let go of anything, if we always hung on, we'd still be in junior school, wouldn't we? We'd still be wearing our school uniform. Can you imagine that? Oh my goodness, I hated mine. It was grey. Now I like grey as a colour in my house, but I don't like it in terms of being dressed head to toe in grey. So we got to let go, we've got to move on, and we've got to grow up, and we keep on growing, we never stop. So let go, because when you do and you create this space, there's some wonderful things that are rushing in, waiting to fill that space. Okay, so where is the... Oh, can hear the noises. What's in here? We have a card for you from the Angels and Chakras. We have a little affirmation. I'm going to put that face down. And we have a gemstone and a lovely little charm for you. So Sonia's saying maybe 19's your number because you don't want to move, but you're being forced as the owners are selling your current home. Yeah, that happened to my sister and her husband. They had to move. But it actually made them make a decision because they were just flapping about, and they had 2 years they wanted to make a decision about moving, and then they were forced, because the owner was selling. So sometimes, it's for our highest good, isn't it? So your little charm is a wishing well. Isn't that so pretty? So this is about, that on that theme of it being the number 19 and, narrowing that down to the number 1, that new beginning, that when we wish for things, often if we've got our lives filled with too many things that are old and out of date. It's like all the things in your fridge. If you don't have a clear out, you can't see what's in there. While you're hanging on to all of this old rotten stuff, or this stuff that just isn't part of you anymore. And when you let go of that, this is where you can make your dreams happen. And we have this beautiful stone, this crystal, and it is called Sunset Sodalite. So it's a combination of the sodalite crystal with this beautiful, almost like sunstone in it. Now, that looks to me, when I love doing crystal reading, it looks like a trapeze artist. You know, it's like somebody who, I watched the Greatest Showman last night. It was on TV last night. And I love the Zendaya character, who's the trapeze artist. And she falls in love with Zac Efron. Oh, perfect couple. And when she first meets him, she's flying towards him with her arms outstretched, and she's got her legs over the bar of the trapeze. So that's like you stretching your arms out, you know, you're hooked onto the trapeze, but you've got to let go. You've got to stretch your arms out that somebody's coming towards you, and you've got to trust and grab whatever's coming and let go of that other trapeze. You know, the swing. You've got to let it go. Otherwise, you're just going to go backwards. You don't want to do that, do you? So this is about what you want married with truth. You know, truth seems to be a really important word at the moment. And Julie Johnson is saying you got rid of lots of clothes that you don't need anymore in your wardrobe. Oh, it's the best feeling going through your wardrobe, but it's horrible starting it, isn't it? But well done you. So your little card is these beautiful, they're like little fans on the back of here. Leap of faith, Gemma, yes, leap of faith. And it says your moment is coming, don't give up. This was a calendar, and I just cut these little things because I don't really like calendars, but I liked the sentiments on this. So I thought, how can I use this calendar again in 2022, but cut up all of the lovely words that were on it. So your moment is coming, don't give up. Grab that trapeze when it comes your way. Let go of the old one and keep on making wishes, okay, my loves? And then your angel card is Shadow with Archangel Jeremiah. Oh, Archangel Jeremiah, I talk about him a lot in my new book. And we talk about how he's helping us to transform. And the only way to transform is to go through the wardrobe and get rid of the old stuff. To bless the things that we don't like about ourselves. To forgive ourselves. He's the angel of mercy. It says, when I learn to look at my shadow with love and not fear, I become complete and I love myself unconditionally. That's where it's at, my loves, and there's so many different ways to do it. Archangel Jeremiah is helping you to go into the shadow. Because it can be like this scary place. The things that we want can represent the shadow in our lives, can't they? Like going towards that scary, it's like, oh, I don't know if I want it. And where this begins is how you talk to yourself, how much you believe you're worthy of the things that you want. So remember when we went back to the King and Queen of Air, they're all about expression and thoughts. Make those thoughts good ones, make those powerful ones, make those thoughts, you know, if we do something silly or something we're not proud of, to look at the bigger picture, the grander scheme of things, to be objective about it. Because, you know, you're always loved by the divine. Everything you do is part of your purpose. It's just all perfect, and you're perfect in the eyes of the divine because it created you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those messages, my loves. That was for number 19. Let's move number 19 out of the way. Now, 23. Quite a few of you chose this one. Julie says, why don't you like calendars? I don't know. I just never have. Isn't that funny? I just don't know. So 23. What's in your box? We've got this lovely little thing. We have a card. Ooh, we've got a dancing charm, and we have a crystal for you. Got a little angel as your charm. Let's start with your number 23. Izzy's here. Hello, Izzy. She's saying, hey. Julie, do I like diaries? I like diaries. Yes, I like a diary. I think maybe because the calendar's out there, diary's secret. Close it. You can write things in it. People can't see it. 23, when you add 2 and 3 together, you get 5. And 5 is the number of freedom. 5 is the number of fun. 5 is the number of free thinking. So I remember. It's very much connected to our intellect. It's very much connected to learning, because learning sets us free. It's like when we learn something new, it allows us to go further. You know, like if you learn a language, you can go and visit a country and speak to people. When you learn about new places, you can go and visit them. You know, if you see there's a place that you want to go to, if you didn't know it existed, it wouldn't give you the opportunity to go and discover it. When we read a book, you know, and we sit and we escape into the world of whatever that book is telling us about, that frees us from our earthly worries. Going to see a film is the same thing, you know, it's wonderful. So this is really important for you to think about the ways in which you're maybe binding yourself up, maybe not allowing yourself to see just how much freedom of thought, freedom of expression you do have. So freedom seems to be a really important word for you this week, my loves. And your little card is good things take time. So sometimes when we're in a hurry to be free, to free ourselves, we can feel very impetuous. We can feel nervy about it. We can feel as though nothing good is going to happen. I feel stuck. But things take time, you know, just like this looks like a house. There is positivity here. There is this sense of, what am I building? Again, this goes back to what I'm building. I need to take time with it to make sure that what I build, I actually want to live in it. I want to experience it. Very Mercury retrograde, Nicole. Definitely take your time, because good things come. They just take longer. Now, the fact that you got this little angel charm today is saying to you, your angels are there, always supporting you. You're never stuck. They're helping you. They are always there to be a sounding board, to offer their wisdom. But they, you know, we have free will. And I talk about this a lot in my Angels and Chakras book, that the way in which our angels work with us, they automatically aligning with us. And guardian angels are there forever. They've always been there. And you're like, why are my angels not helping you? They're helping me. Well, first of all, if you've got really important life missions to accomplish and things to experience, endure, they can't come in and just be like a parent and go, oh, I'll just sort that mess out for you. And you just keep on making that mess. You've got to experience it. But your angels are there to support you and to guide you and to show you why you're there to experience that, why you asked on a soul level to experience it. They're there to give you advice. I ask my angels for advice all the time, no matter what I'm doing. I say, is it a good time to launch this? Should I even bother doing this? Why is this person in my life? Why am I feeling this way? Just keep asking those questions and they'll give you the answers, okay? So that's what is really important for you, to open yourself up to that, but ask the questions, okay? Ask the right questions. And Claudia's saying, you thought about the guardian angel when you saw that charm? Yes. Now this is a, I'm going to put the light on this so we can see it a little bit better. It's a piece of tiger's eye. And when I look at it there, I see a person standing on top of a hill. Can you see that? There's the hill. And there's like a lonely figure. They seem to be on their own, and they're standing on this hill and they're looking down, and they're looking at, you know, it looks like it's daybreak. There is this light coming up. It's like the sun is about to rise. So you may be feeling like, I want to move forward really fast with things. But there's still lots of thinking to be done. you maybe have to think about the ways in which you have tied yourself up into things that you need to get out of. And only you can do that, but your angels are there to support you. So let's have a look and see which angel is working with you to help you to do that. We've got Archangel Jophiel. Now look at that. Isn't that interesting? So I don't look at the crystal or the cards. I just grab a crystal, put it in the box and grab the card as well. I didn't look at it. But it's got the same message. Look, it's got like you are on top. You're not second or third. You are first. You deserve to enjoy success. And Archangel Jophiel is the angel who helps us to think about, what do I want to achieve? What does success look like for me? I deserve to be in the moment thinking about it. And it says, when the day has ended, dare to feel as you've done your best. Dare to be the best you can at all times. Dare to be. Isn't it amazing? It is beautiful. Yes, Julie, it does. We're doing a tarot challenge at the moment in the tarot and angel card reading group, and we all had to read the same card, and it was very much like that, wasn't it? Somebody at the top of a mountain, but not quite at the top. So your question is, what does success mean to you? Take time to reflect on your accomplishments before you actually go further and you want to achieve more and more and more. Reflect on what you've already achieved, what you're really happy about. So I did a little bit of reflecting this morning. So speaking of really good habits to get into, I've started to do certain things while I'm lying in bed before I get out of bed, in terms of almost like setting my mind up for the day, having a little chat with my angels in my mind just for 5 minutes. And I was thinking about what I want, ask for what you want. And then another thing is to be grateful for what you already have, or to congratulate yourself for what you've already accomplished. So I got straight into the shower, and I was standing in the shower thinking, oh, my beautiful shower that I managed to have fitted at the end of last year, and I'm so proud of myself for having been able to afford it and found somebody to do it and do it in the way I wanted. And I was just standing there under the water, letting it cascade all over me, just really enjoying those moments of feeling proud of myself for having that and really enjoying it. So do that today, my loves, in this full moon day. Beautiful messages. I hope you've enjoyed those. Now we're getting on to number 17. So number 17, what is your message? Well, first of all, before we have a look inside, we've got almost like a spotlight. This reminds me of a spotlight, when you're on stage and then the spotlight's on you because it's all about you. And when we add 1 and 7 together, we get 8. And 8 is about power. It's about you and your personal power. You are the star of your show. Claudia's saying 33 viewers. Oh, they've gone up again. They're at 37 now. But yeah, number 33. So 8 is, I'm starring in the movie of my life, and the only star in this movie is me. Why would I want to keep on handing the spotlight to someone else? It's all about me. I've got to be powerful. I am powerful. I'm already powerful. And if you don't feel powerful, act as if. Because that's what they say the key to success is. Always act as though you have what you already want. Now, obviously, if you want a brand new BMW and you don't have one, if you have a bicycle, then, don't go up to a BMW and try and get in it, somebody else's BMW. But you could get a car magazine that's all about BMWs, start reading as though I'm a BMW owner. Get a BMW key fob for your keys. It can be things like that. If you're doing a certain job and you want to get promoted, and everybody dresses casually, but in a more managerial role you have to wear smarter clothes because you'll be going to certain meetings and things. Start, buy yourself a couple of pieces of clothing that almost raise your status and make you feel as though you're doing a different job. So act as if you're in a relationship. If you're single and you want somebody, get a spare toothbrush and put it in the bathroom for when they come and stay over in the future. Act as if, my loves. Well, fake it till you make it, Julie. There's no fakery because you're powerful. You already, you know in your heart of hearts you're going to have these things in the future if you really want them. You can have anything you really want if you really want it, if you feel like it's really right for you. So you're not faking, you're just kind of preempting. That's what I like to say. So here are our little bits and pieces that we have in here. Let's pop these out. Some of these were easier to fill than others because they're bigger. Here's your charm. Let's look at your charm first. So you have got a teapot. Now this one, it reminds me of Mrs. Potts. This could be a coffee pot as well. So like Mrs. Potts, she always goes, it'll all be all right. That's what she says in Beauty and the Beast. And then if it's a coffee pot, it's like taking a moment, you know, for yourself. It's like going, you know, I've got time to carve out to go and have a cup of coffee or make a lovely pot of tea and make it a really lovely experience. The other thing that's coming up for me with this is it's like something's brewing. You're putting the leaves of tea or the coffee grounds into the pot and pouring the water in, and you're creating something that's going to be delicious because you're powerful enough to receive it. You deserve it. That's what's coming up. That's what's being highlighted for you. Oh, I'm glad you like the way I've used the advent calendar. So again, we've got another kind of spotlight there with a gold circle around it. And it says, do more of what makes you happy. And look, you are the star. Yes, you are. Oh my goodness, I've got goosebumps now. You're such a star. And you deserve to, you know, brew that tea, drink that coffee, savor the things you love doing because it's really important, because you're such a star, because you're golden, because you're amazing. And whatever you want to be in the future, already you are a star in the eyes of the angels and in my eyes as well. And then here we've got Unakite. So Unakite jasper has got these lovely combination of colours of the greens and the oranges. That looks like a dragon to me. Dragon energy is like really powerful, isn't it? And the green and the orange speaks very much about the sacral chakra, which is about being in the moment, experiencing pleasure. It's the very epitome of the phrase, I'm worth it, which is the very epitome of the number 8. And the heart chakra is about what you love. So it's a combination of indulging, taking pleasure in what you love, knowing you are lovable, knowing you're worth it, creating. It's the seat of creativity is the sacral chakra. It's also money. It's also fun money, you know, mad money to spend on doing things that you love. So the words fun, love and money come to mind. And beautiful markings on this stone. Aren't they lovely? So yeah, that is your crystal message. I'm seeing very clearly that dragon. It's like, what do you want to go after? The dragon is very powerful. It's very lucky. And it's you know, breathing fire. It's all about the flames of passion. What do you want to stoke the passion around in your life? What are you passionate about? And which card do you have today? You have Jeremiah again. So he's been very prominent in our reading today. And he says, moving forward, you might have been, you know, considering your options. Which way now? And now is the time to do that. Now is the perfect time to think about, how am I already powerful? In what ways do I want to access more power or exercise more power in my life? When I take stock of my actions and my life lessons, I allow myself to move forward. I take only the good things with me. So what would you be doing if money or other people's actions or opinions did not hold you back? Now, I said the word action and that's not in there, but whenever I read something and I insert a word, take notice as well, because it's serendipity. But what would I be doing if money or other people's opinions did not hold me back? So think about that. It's a great time to think about how you're going to move forward, and what are the ways that you've allowed yourself to give your power away to others, or to feel as though other people's opinions are more powerful than what you really want, what's important to you. Because this is reminding you that the power is yours. Take that power. It's about what you enjoy, what you love. Yes, other people have an opinion. Yes, allow that to be part of the mix of the decision making. But ultimately, you have the power of making those choices and how to move forward, which way to go. So, my goodness, so many messages today. It's been a long one. I didn't intend to be on this long, but I hope you've enjoyed it. And thank you so much for all your interaction, your comments, your emojis, and your stars. Thank you, everybody, for being so kind. And if you feel like anybody else would love to hear these messages, then by all means share the video. That would be wonderful. So, my loves, happy full moon day again. Have a wonderful week. I will be back with you later this week when the approval copy of my book comes, because I want to show it to you. I cannot wait. And remember, you can pre-order now. The link is further up in the comments. So take care, everyone. Lots of love and angel blessings to you.